The stock market is where investors connect to buy and sell investments, most commonly stocks, which are shares of ownership in a public company. When you need groceries, you go to the supermarket. When you're ready to buy stocks or mutual funds, you'll usually buy them online to the stock market, which anyone can access with a brokerage account or employee retirement plan. The term stock market often refers to one of the major stock market indexes. However, there are some different uses of the stock market before and after. In the 18th century, manufacturing companies came into the market. Traditional companies used stocks to raise money and input money into companies, while modern companies use stocks to output money. From the 19th to 20th century, however, modern companies such as Apple, Google, and Microsoft are big enough to earn money and use stocks differently. The stock market also inclined to put money into big companies.
loss.
Long-term exposure to noise can lead to loss of hearing. The relative loudness of sounds is measured in decibels.
Through 3. Listen to part of a lecture in a botany class. The professor is discussing. Listen to a discussion in an ecology class. The class is talking about the salmon's run.
Various species of Pacific salmon make a round trip from the small streams where they are born to the sea, and then back to the stream of their origin, where they spawn and die. This round trip is known as the salmon's run. The end of the salmon's run is the beginning of the next generation. Pacific salmon hatch in the headwaters of a stream. As fry, the fish then migrate downstream via rivers and eventually to the ocean, where they require several years to mature. While in the sea, salmon from many river systems school and feed together. When mature, the salmon form into groups of common geographic origin and migrate back toward the river they emerged from as juveniles.
Is it true that they find their way home by their sense of smell?
During the first stage of their return, they navigate by the position of the sun, but later, when they reach the river leading to their home stream, their keen sense of smell takes over.
Just what is it they can smell? The other fish?
The water flowing from each stream carries a unique scent. This scent comes from the types of plants, soil, and other components of that stream. This scent is apparently imprinted in the memory of a salmon fry before it migrates to the sea.
I remember having a real shock when I was hiking once. I was looking at a waterfall, and I saw a salmon jump up, about 10 feet. At first I couldn't believe my eyes, but then I saw another one do it, and then several more. It was an awesome sight.
They must have an incredibly powerful instinct.
The survival of their species depends on their ability to get home and reproduce. And of course, other species depend on the survival of the salmon. Salmon provide an important link in the food chain. They spend 90% of their lives in the ocean, where they feed on plankton, shrimp, and small fish. When they make their return journey, they carry nutrients from the ocean back to the rivers and streams.
Up north, where I used to live in the river valley, the eagles would gather for the salmon run every year. They'd gorge themselves on all the salmon that had just spawned.
Nothing is wasted in nature. After the salmon spawn, their carcasses feed birds, mammals, and vegetation, and even their own newly hatched offspring.
Some children are people who enjoy an active lifestyle often choose jobs that keep them on the move. They prefer roles that involve physical activity over sitting at a desk. These interesting jobs, like working as a tour guide, allow them to explore new places. Many of these roles also support the infrastructure of a city, such as transportation or tourism. Choosing such a career can be rewarding for those who love adventure. It keeps them engaged and motivated. Scientists are studying the ocean to learn more about its hidden ecosystems. They use advanced technology to explore underwater environments. In shallow areas, the water's depth is easier to measure and study. These regions often reveal fascinating marine life. The infrastructure built on the ocean floor helps support research and conservation efforts. This work is crucial for protecting marine biodiversity. At the art gallery, every painting on display captured the attention of visitors. The artist used bold techniques to create dramatic effects. One piece featured a huge portrait of a person's face that filled the entire canvas. The lighting in the artwork created a striking shadow across the image. This made the painting look more realistic and emotional. Many people admired the creativity. Mr. John is the new science teacher at our school this year. He has a passion for teaching students about the environment. His classes are always full of exciting experiments. Everyone enjoys learning from him. Students in the math club are very active when it comes to solving challenging problems. They enjoy working on projects that involve data analysis. Their teacher makes the subject completely engaging by using real-world examples. One topic they find interesting is statistics, which helps them understand trends and patterns. They use this knowledge to predict outcomes in various scenarios. It's a valuable skill for their future studies.
I actually want to.
It seems to me that architecture is very much something that causes us both pleasure and trouble. I live in the part of Western London where I think many of the streets where I live, are really, really ugly. And this distresses me every time I walk to a supermarket or walk to a tube. I think, why did they build that? And terribly without architecture. It lasts so long, and if you write a bad book or do a bad play, I will be shocked when it is showed and no one would suffer. A bad building has a serious impact could be hundreds of years on the people around it. And suppose the book arose a little bit from frustration, almost anger, and there is so much bad architecture around. And then I realized if you talk about architecture, you will say why buildings are not more beautiful. And you will say I can use such a word as beauty. That's a really arrogant word. And no one knows what beautiful is. It's all in the eye of the beholder. I couldn't help but think that, actually. Well, that we all attempt to agree that Rome is nicer than Milky King's, and San Francisco has the edge of Frankfurt, so we can make that sort of generalization. Surely there are some things we can say about why a building works or why it doesn't. So the books really attempt to suggest why architecture works when it does, and what might be going to be wrong when it doesn't work.
Before we start today's episode, we need your help with an upcoming show. Are you a business that is trying to hire but cannot? We would love for you to tell us what you have tried. Have you changed the hours? Have you added perks? Are you turning to less skilled workers? And we'd also love to hear what this has meant for your business that you cannot find workers. And then on the other hand, are you a worker who has turned down a job or quit? Tell us why. Was the pay too low? Is it safety, childcare? Is it something we haven't thought of yet? And then thirdly here, are you looking for work and cannot find it? Do you want to call BS on the whole labor shortage? Have you applied for jobs that are maybe even at companies complaining about the shortage? If your answer is yes to any of these, we would love to hear from you.
Buying time is often seen as one of the best ways to spend your money, and that it allows you to focus on the most joyous aspects, while offloading the more laborious aspects to someone who will happily do them. The gig economy has made this more accessible than ever before, allowing people to spend more of their time for the things that truly matter, even if it means having a little less in the bank account. This might mean paying someone to do the dishes so you can read a book to your child in bed, or it could mean purchasing a more expensive ticket to be able to spend some time with family. Material possessions also draw a lot of attention when it comes to the relation between wealth and happiness. The research is clear on this too. Spend on experiences, not things. The reason is that experiences are exclusive. Nobody can feel what you felt on that trip with your best friend. Nobody can buy that.
Prince Edward Island is launching a tourism campaign to highlight its beaches and history. The initiative promotes festivals, seafood, and hiking trails to attract visitors. It aims to boost local businesses and create seasonal jobs. Guide Zara Wong says tourism is vital for the economy. Marketing begins this summer, with a surge expected by 2026. The province is partnering with airlines for promotions. Residents welcome the plan, citing cultural pride. Pei expects to rival top Canadian destinations soon. New Brunswick is upgrading its rail system to improve freight and passenger services. New tracks and trains will connect rural towns to urban hubs faster. The project aims to cut road congestion and emissions significantly. Worker Eli Ross says efficiency is vital for trade. Construction starts this autumn, with completion by 2028. The province is investing in local labor for the work. Businesses expect smoother supply chains soon. New Brunswick hopes to lead in sustainable transport solutions. Toronto is promoting green roofs to combat urban heat and improve air quality. The city offers funds for buildings to install plant-covered roofs widely. The initiative aims to cut energy costs and support biodiversity. Architect Laura Evans says sustainability is crucial for cities. Installations begin this summer, with thousands expected by 2027. The plan includes public education on environmental benefits. Residents support the move, citing cooler summers. Toronto aims to set a global standard for urban greenery. Vancouver is expanding its bike network to promote cycling. Winnipeg is launching youth programs to teach skills like coding and music. The initiative targets underserved areas, offering free lessons to teens. It aims to boost confidence and career prospects for participants. Mentor Alex Reed says opportunity is crucial for growth. Programs start this autumn, expanding citywide by 2026. The city is hiring local instructors for authenticity. Community leaders see it as a way to reduce inequality. Winnipeg expects it to inspire future leaders. Ottawa is funding climate research to study urban heat and flood risks. Labs will develop solutions like better drainage and cooling systems for cities. The goal is to protect residents and infrastructure long-term. Scientist Aisha Noor says data is vital for policy. Projects launch this summer, with findings expected by 2028. The city is involving schools for education. The plan strengthens Canada's resilience to climate change. Ottawa aims to lead in sustainable urban planning. You must. The course begins by tracing the historical evolution of architecture. Sugar, a solid carbohydrate, is a staple in sweetened foods. The night sky evokes a sense of mystery and profound wonder. These few resources fall short for completing the current assignment. Students build confidence in their critical thinking skills over time. Current societal issues are the focus of our intense research. A new series of scholarly articles has recently been released. Universities offer a range of leisure amenities to their community. Reaching the university on foot can be a lengthy endeavor.